Oi, what's up boys and grots and little snots, and can't forget the digger knobs. Cork and Walker's Workshop.
Hey, what's going on everybody? This is G The Hypersapien, and in this video we're going to have a look at Ork Flash Gitz. So I've been wanting to look at this box for a while because it's been sitting there waiting for me to review, and this is one of the new kits that I haven't had a look at. Obviously, besides seeing Games Workshop box art and other people in the Ork community posting their Flash Gitz, but it's a kit that I actually haven't looked at. So this is new to me. These weren't around when I used to play the game. Stopped the hobby for a while. But anyway, let's get into it. 5 miniatures that you get. We'll have a quick look at the back. So Ork Flash Gitz. As you can see, his big chunky bullets or shells are coming out. You get some different boss poles. This guy's got, it looks like a mohawk, but it's mechanical, like a buzzsaw in his head. Some crazy. You got your squig. You've got him stitched up. He's got plates on his arm and stuff, just so gnarly and cool. They get really big weapons, these guys, but really chunky, a lot of dakka. As you can see, it's got some saw pieces, so if he wants to get up close and personal, they've got all different variations of how their ammo is stacked. So basically these orcs would customize their weapons a lot more than other orcs. Hence the Flash Gitz. They'd be doing up and modding their weapons quite a lot. Obviously these have that freebooter feel to them, a lot of them as well. So yeah, some look like almost a burner or a plasma rifle. This guy's got loads of rockets on it. Just so awesome. Really love this kit. It's got a lot of personality. You can see all the different styled bullets as well. Some really chunky ones and some smaller rifle ones. You got your Citadel paint guide. So, you got some greens, some blacks, some metals, some yellows, and some reds and bone colours. But yeah, let's bust this open and have a look. A little bit disappointing that these bases are just loose. Anyway. So I don't know if you can really pick it up on camera, and they're a little bit scuffed. So that's a slight bit of annoyance, but anyway. So that's a little bit annoying, but anyway. I guess as it's a newer kit, this is designed quite differently than the other ones that I've shown you. So it has the art black and white on the front, so we've got Ork Flash Gitz. So it says to read this first. Basically, if you looked at my other reviews, it just talks about you're going to need plastic glue, clippers to get it off the sprue. It just recommends for kids under 16 not to be gluing and clipping these. Yeah, this kit's similar to the Storm Boys and knobs and whatnot. How you get the body incomplete, you get the legs with the back of the torso, and then you get the front separate. These have really nice poses. Their legs are obviously apart so they can carry that big weapon they have. This guy's got a bit of a coat happening. Yeah, like always, different variations of armor and pouches and whatnot these have. This one's awesome with the mechanical leg. Sort of like a pirate leg, I guess, but a futuristic one. So a lot of these newer Ork and Ork kits, they have their tongue exposed, and these ones actually have the neck that you put onto the torso, but it has that tongue. Not quite sure why they do that. I guess it's to help paint these details inside the mouth separately if you wish or whatever. But yeah, it's just the way that Games Workshop seem to design these Noah orcs. So yeah, you get 5 different bodies, as you can see, 5 different necks and tongues, 5 different front torsos. So as you can see in this kit, there's not quite as much customization or variation as some of the others. I know it's only because you get 5 dudes, but if you wanted to get another set, you're going to be doubling up. Anyway, really nice bodies, some really nice details these have. They just have all this different ammo and belt buckles and armor all attached to them. They're just really beefed up and ready for war, these guys. Just really awesome kit and details. As you can see, the whole idea of Flash Gitz having more money and a lot more DACA than boys and knobs and so on. He's really kitted out with some cash. Ready to spend that. He's got quite a nice amount as well. I like his open coat with his chest exposed. So we've got the right arm here. Obviously we're going to attach more to these weapons. They're a bit bare minimal at the moment, but they're going to have more plates on. We've got the left arm as well. Obviously this is sort of where it would be holding the other side of the gun. Now this is where the customization comes into it. So it looks like you get 10 heads, so you could do 2 squads of these and have at least a different head on each. So I'll let you have a quick look at the heads, but we'll look at them on the sprue as well. So as you can see, as I said, they have the tongue exposed in the neck, but some will just go over and hide that tongue. But then these ones with the open mouth, you'll be able to see the tongue coming through. So one tip or idea I'll give to you, if you're new to orcs or haven't seen these kits, is you could leave the head off and paint the tongue underneath and then put the face on, just so it's easier than getting a brush inside. You're going to not be able to get the details as crisp as you might like. But yeah, these are some nice heads. They're a bit more newer, like the Ork range or the newer orc kits. They're just slightly different than the older orcs. Couple of nice freebooter looking heads in here. But yeah, that's the heads. Then we have the shoulder pads. As you can see, all different looks to them. So they're all a little bit different. You get the right and the left side there. You get the boss poles. So yet again, you get a different one for each of your orcs or Flash Gitz. Looks like there's just a foot there, like he's carried one of his mate's foot. Oh, I'm going to remember him by his foot. Old left foot. Old left foot, he was known for his foot. I'll carry that around to reminisce. Might be the dude that lost his foot actually. Might love it so much he thought he'd carry it around with him. So here it tells you how to put the body together. If you've looked at any of my other reviews, they have some similar kits. So you obviously get the back with the legs, and then the front clips in. And you obviously put some glue on the sides, just so it will fit in. Here's that little neck piece with the tongue hanging out. As I say, some faces will just cover that so you won't even notice. It will go over the whole part. Or some will have the tongue slightly poking out the open mouth heads. Now this is continuing those arms that I mentioned before. So as you can see, it's kind of a bit bare there. You get these pieces that go here. You can get, yet again, all different ones and a couple of extras that you won't use. Or if you get a double, or if you get another kit, you can use them. This is adding all the ammo to it, so you can see that it's going to be, this plate's going to go into there. And then these are the different options you get. As you can see, you have all these different ammo clips. So these are the parts that make it so it's not just all bare. they have that part that goes over it. As you can see, you pull down these parts over that. You might want to take a little bit more time with this kit just so you work out where each part goes. It's a little bit more fiddly than some. And then yeah, you get this part. Just so much going on for this gun. You get the different nozzles and the different sorts of guns that make up these big Flash Gitz guns. Just a lot of customization, and yeah, they look really cool though. Now you can see how beast this gun is after it has all its bits and pieces on, and it goes onto his body, and this other arm comes from behind and clips into there. And you obviously choose your face, and you put them on a base. Another tip that I'd give anyone that likes painting or likes their models to look really good, I'd keep this gun off his bodies, or paint his body first and then attach the gun. It's just you're not going to be able to get to all this nice detail on his chest. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see all of it, but you will. It'll be harder to get the brush behind the big gun than just to do it all like this and then put the gun on. As you can see, it's just going to be difficult to get the paintbrush behind all this just to get really nice detail. Anyway, then they've got the shoulder pads and all these different scopes that go on their shoulder. Now we're back to the boss pole. They have all these different glyphs and whatnot that you can choose. So you get 2 poles. You can chop and change and use some of these. These are more clan glyphs. So yeah, even got a couple of different ones. Yeah, you even get a couple of smaller ones that go on. Get a bit of customization here. Obviously you put the boss pole on him. And yeah, a couple more little bits that go on his gun. And then he's ready. And then just the last page is the captain. So he's a little bit different, but still in the same vein as before. How you attach the front part of his body, his neck, his head, his boss pole. Then obviously his gun. So he gets an option where he's not holding the gun. So he gets another weapon on his other arm. You get a nice different boss pole for him. It's a lot more cool, a lot more original. As you can see, there he is with his shoulder pads. So he gets the targeting squig that goes onto his shoulder pad, and then just a little bit more for his gun. The very last page, he just gets some loose shells coming off his gun. And then basically he's complete, but look how staunch he is and so much going on these models. Now I'll quickly let you have a look at the stats. And then we got 5 Flash Gitz. So we'll have a look at the sprue. Now there's a lot going on these, as you can tell from that book that I just showed. So you can see the front of this part with their legs exposed. And the guns, but I'll have to flip it around to show you some of the other stuff. Really love this body with this big trench coat, really awesome. So these are some of the heads, really cool. It looks like he's got some cybernetics or skull showing. So there's the neck with the tongue. Like so much detail, you can even see basically down into his throat. Some of the glyphs, and these are the hands that hold the other side of the gun. This must be for the captain, his other smaller pistol or slugger that he's got. All these different nozzles. I just love how different all these ammo parts. I just love how different these ammos are. These are some of those glyphs for the boss poles. Quite freebooter style, a lot of it. And quickly flip it around so you can see some more. I've got to use that arm if no other calls out to me. I love how it's like Terminator under it. It's got all this flesh peeled up, and then he's got like a mechanical arm with a pirate looking sword. So good. So here's the squig, the targeting squig, and you got a more of a mechanical head there. The body, the open coat body. There's that one with the leg, carrying his leg around. This is an amazing piece. Really love that. Just how much detail these have and how much armor and dacca and accessories they have. So good. It's easily one of the best Ork Troops kit. Just amazing, really. Now the second sprue, yet again, so you see the front of their legs. This is the one with the mechanical leg. That's so awesome. These were the glyphs, or the parts that go on the banner, different parts of the gun. Just all these different accessories. Just these guns have so much going on. You can just tell these orcs love to customize and add bits and pieces to their gun. Obviously, as they earn more money, buy more parts, make their guns really staunch. Yeah, we'll have to flip it over to see some of the faces. He looks awesome. He looks awesome, hey. Just these orc faces are really cool. And again, you got to see the two necks with the tongues. Now you could get the brutes for Iron Jaws. They have a similar design, so they might actually fit the faces most likely. So you might be able to use these on brutes and brute faces on these. So if you ran out of options, you could probably customize them with a brute kit. Just a little tip or idea there. I'll have to get a brute kit and one of these and see if I can compare and see if it looks cool. Really love this part, this skirt piece. That looks really awesome. There's an orc glyph on his arm. Just an amazing looking kit. There's just so much going on, but it's one of those kits. It looks overwhelming, but once you break it down, I mean, obviously it's numbered. So as you put it together, it'll all come to life. All these different attachments. The glyphs for the boss poles. The backs of the torso and legs. Another body. Looks so cool. The last fella, the last body at least. So yeah, you can see the clips here. You know, you got the round. So you got the round clips and the straight ones. Some glyphs, some ammo. You can see some shells coming out where it would come out the gun. Some little rockets. Some glyphs for the boss poles. Such a nice kit though. So these are the grills for the guns, I guess. That covers the part that's kind of exposed. Nice different shoulder pads, really nice crisp detail. Different shells, some big ones, some small ones, some shells that have been used, some that are ready to load into the gun. As you can see, all these different shoulder pad styles. You get this little hole for the, I'm guessing it's the boss pole. I know the targeting squig goes into the captain's one. See these glyphs. Now these are really detailed compared to some of the older kits. Like just how crisp and nice those details are. So I've never been a huge fan of this symbol, but it actually looks really good there. There's the clips again, or the ammo barrels. And you've got some lights and whatnot on there. It's just really cool. The back of this fella, you can see this nice little chainsaw here. Look how cool that is. It's got a skull and some bullets attached to it. Just so nice. We'll quickly look at the heads. The last one, he looks cool. This crazy fella that has this kind of like a buzzsaw that's attached to his head to look like a mohawk. Just a really awesome kit this is. As you can probably tell that I keep on saying the same stuff. And yeah, the last front part of the body. Thought I'd never be able to get through all of it. Hopefully I've shown you all the bits and pieces that you want to see. I definitely enjoyed it. But yeah, that's Flash Gitz. So I appreciate you watching and supporting the channel. And as always, this is G The Hypersapien, and I'll catch you next time.